No.
like useless in the car. I was like, oh my God, I'm 30 this year. I can't use an iPhone.
There you go. See, it's helpless.
I know, yeah. We nearly got lost.
Hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in to episode 314, the official podcast of the G4TE.com community. That is gaming for the elderly. Today, April 3rd, 2015, I am one of your hosts, Greg DeLacy, Gamertag Murphy's Law, OC_Murphy's Law on the old Twitters. And joining us this week, a full cast that you can see live on Twitch as we speak. Mr. T himself, Richard, I'm wearing a suit and tie, looking spiffy Webster.
Well, you've got to make an effort for these Twitch people. They're used to these, people in their shorts and t-shirts, gaming and
Right.
Elite Dangerous and Dota and all that. And I thought, make an effort, put shirt and tie on. It's Friday night, biggest night of the year. Episode 314, why not?
That's good.
Balances out the accent, doesn't it, Rich?
It does. Yeah, because people assume I rob cars. Now they say I do it with style. I make this look good.
You do make it look good. All right. Well, Rich, thank you for making the show this week. Also on the show this week, Mr. I have a strange new background, Mark Wright.
Hello, yes, Mark Alex here on Xbox Live, Steam, Twitter, PSN. Yeah, it's just a makeshift screen, but...
Mark, did you do that so your family could walk behind you naked and not feel...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when Jenny needs to go to the toilet, she can go past in peace now. But it makes it a bit dark in here, so do you think this will work? I've got some dramatic lighting. Oh, shit.
No, I think that will not
work. No, but yeah, I'm happy because today I've got 10 days off work. 10 whole days off work, and I'm so happy.
I'm happy for you. 10 days off, that's amazing. So enjoy that.
I am jealous.
I know. I know exactly what you're going to be doing for 10 days.
Well, yeah, my head says, and my heart says gaming, but my wife says different, so...
Usually that is the case. Usually we have grandiose plans.
I'm just getting that look right now. Do you want me to turn the camera? No, she say.
I thought you were going to say my wife thinks dishes when you said different. I thought you were dishes. Polishing, going to get Mr. Muscle out.
He may be doing dishes. It happens.
Yeah, possibly.
And the lawn, maybe fix a leaky faucet somewhere. She's probably going to make you work on the car,
we don't
Mark.
Have faucets over here, Greg. We have taps.
Proper taps. Excuse me, but you're probably going to end up working on your car.
I'll be washing it and polishing it for sure this week if it's weather's good enough. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean you are a mechanic in real life, so do you ever get flack when your car breaks down?
It never breaks down. What are you talking about? It falls to bits and it looks like it's just been through a hedge backwards, but it never breaks down.
Never. Okay. All right. It must be that British engineering.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's a German car and German built, and it's from Vauxhall, so it's probably from Rich's end of the woods, and
it's gonna break for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of breaking down. Fraser Moore's on the podcast this week. Hello, old man. How are you feeling after your big birthday?
I'm feeling extreme. I feel the same, actually. I don't feel as old. Probably because it was a nice, quiet birthday. I was in bed early, so nothing too hectic. That's how it goes. That's how I roll.
You worked your birthday, your official birthday, did you not? Or was that the next day?
Yeah, it was on a Monday, yeah, so I went to work. I mean, those days of taking the day off or having to take the day off after are long gone. So it was just a pretty normal week. But it was all right. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, exciting stuff. Hey, we're a video game podcast. We like to talk about video games. And if you're listening to this on iTunes or, God forbid, the Zune.
The Zune, Jesus.
This has a special place in my heart, the Zune. I had one. I loved it. It was garbage. I'll just say it right now. But yeah, so if you're listening to us maybe on Stitcher, I don't know. There's all kinds of different ways you can listen to us, even on the Podbean network stuff. You can watch us as we record. Just head on over to live.g4te.com. That'll take you to our Twitch page, where every Friday, usually around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, that's Pacific time, mind you, 6 p.m. on the East Coast and 11 p.m. now in the
Yes.
old. And it's BST now, or is it still GMT?
No, it's bullshit time. We are
Right.
at bullshit time now.
Yes. Mark, I believe you're talking. If you're talking to us, we can't hear you, or you were talking to Jenny.
I was talking to you, but I was muted.
Okay.
Yeah, epic fail. I was trying to say it's not bullshit time, it's British Standard Time.
Bullshit time. Yes. Okay. Perfect. All right.
So, Gregor, how are you? I mean, you've done the rounds and asked everyone how we are. It's very kind of you. Let's return the favor. How's our Lord and Master, Greg?
Lord and Master. Wow. I'm
Like
actually
Skeletor?
really good. Yes. Oh, yeah. I do like Skeletor though. If I was gonna pick a side, I would. Even though he failed miserably every time, I was on the side with Skeletor. I always wanted He-Man to lose. And every once in a while, I would get excited in one of those episodes because it would be looking like He-Man was gonna really lose, and Skeletor had it like locked down, and then he would do something stupid like, leave it to his henchmen. They always screwed things up. Anyway. Yeah, Skeletor for the win. I'm doing great. It's been a crazy, hectic week with work, but that's a really good thing, not a bad thing. Things are going really well with the new company, so I can't complain.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah,
Personal shit.
personal shit. Yeah, here's a good little piece of personal business. Let's walk around our virtual room. Let's talk about what we do for a real work job. So.
Wow.
Yeah, this is, Rich, I believe you just started a new job, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I've just come back from taking an older lady friend out for drinks.
That is not the kind of job I was thinking.
No, I do basically like I run reports, sales reports, and financial reports for sales reps for now a chemical company,
Okay.
global, like
Richard Webster, the source of global warming. Okay, perfect.
yeah. So I live in Excel, and then maybe do a bit of web surfing on my dinner, maybe a bit of bbcnews.co.uk/northwest. I don't know. So yeah, that's what I do: reports and sales, and just looking like a give a shit in a suit every day.
I like it. All right. Mark, we alluded to earlier that you are a mechanic, but you are a mechanic of a very special nature.
Yeah, I'm the one who puts a little less on all the Skittles. What you buy? No. Yeah, I've been a mechanic ever since I left school. So I've been doing it since I was 16. For the last 20 years. On Thursday, I think it was my 20th anniversary working for the ambulance service. So I've been keeping the ambulances of West Yorkshire running and getting people to hospital.
Or not?
Or not?
Yeah. Well, congratulations on 20 years.
cars.
That is an accomplishment. 20 years,
Yeah.
man. Wow.
I'm actually if you front line every 10 years you get a Queen's Medal, but if you support services like I'm class as support, you get a Queen's Medal for the 20th. So I should get a Queen's Medal soon.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Very nice.
Mm.
Fancy.
Mark likes OBE.
Yeah, I'll be joining Robin with all his awards. Won't I?
So you don't tune up cars then for a living? I heard you tune up cars.
No.
cars.
That's Parsip taking the piss.
Just
basically,
him.
because you'd expect someone like me to better tune cars in Forza. Nah.
Okay.
Different kettle of fish.
Fair enough. And Fraser, how about yourself?
I'm probably I suppose the easiest way to say it is I'm a sales rep of sorts. So I represent products, mainly American. Well, actually, no, now I'm split. I have American products which I represent up here in Canada, and we're now running an English product. It's mainly heating and ventilating, air conditioning, that sort of industry.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, we
Commercial
we take-
or industrial? I'm assuming it like HVAC is kind of really what you're.
commercial, yeah, light commercial to.
All right, you just went a little quiet.
I did for me as well.
Yeah, maybe a little Skypey. Still Skypey. Like can't hear you at all, Skypey.
Right. Okay.
But much better.
Okay, now.
Yeah, so
Maybe
that's
we're
what I
not
do.
allowed to- Maybe NSA come in and stop him before we know what he does. We're not allowed to know what he does.
It's exactly.
Well, yeah, I don't like to talk too much, go into too much detail about what I do. But yeah, it's salesy sort of stuff. Unfortunately, I'm not as privileged to have someone like Richard who might be behind the scenes making those reports. I have to do that myself. Unfortunately, that would be nice if someone else did those.
Oh, well,
Adley Dan's just put a message in for you, Fraser. He says his house has no heating. Can you help him, please?
Possibly.
Light a
Depends what the
match.
question is.
Light a match, start a fire in
Well,
the
no,
corner.
the funny thing about it is if you're involved in that sort of industry, just being involved in something like the heating industry is you can always give a little bit of advice, right? It's
Right.
like the same, Mark would know it's the same with cars. Some people drive cars all their lives and it could be something very simple. They just need to ask a simple question and be pointed in the right direction. So I never turn away a question, because the last thing you want to do is take your car into the shop for something as simple as filling up with a little bit of coolant, right? So
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
So your suggestion, grab a blanket?
grab a blanket. My first suggestion would be if it's gas, probably take out the flame sensor and give it a polish with some sandpaper. That might save you £100.
Okay.
So there you go.
Look at that. Handing
Gallon
out.
A gallon of
handing out.
petrol and a match will do.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. Well, and I suppose I should also include myself in this conversation. I just recently switched jobs. So I used to work in advertising. Now I work for a market data research company, and more or less similar to you, Fraser, in outside sales, business development, that kind of thing. So it's exciting stuff. I actually like the research world. I didn't think I would at first, and I've really taken to it. It's the projects you work on for all sorts of different companies always kind of intrigue me. So quite happy with it.
That's what we like to hear, mate.
Yeah.
That's all right. Yeah. If you're miserable every day, that's no fun at all.
No, just every other day. Every
Every other day I can deal with.
Exactly. All right. Let's talk video games, guys. We've been
Greg,
playing.
can we do some housekeeping first?
Yeah, I apologize. Yes, let's do some housekeeping, please, Rich. Go for it.
Okay. We just want to shout out the viewers. There's not that many at the moment, but they're worth mentioning. Myself and Mark are adjudicating the Twitch chat tonight. So trolls, get the fuck out! Get the fuck out! We've got one handsome devil. He's viewing right now. Fraser Moores, who's also sitting right across on my right, plus 3,000 miles. Hardly Dan, as ever, faithful. He's here. Parsnip, our leader, and he's a very nice man. And Verbal Rob.
Benefactor.
Benefactor.
Funny, none of those words would come to mind when I speak about Dorian.
No.
And then look, the Verbal Rob is popped in from the
Has it?
from the podcast.
I've not spoken to Rob for a while.
I hear he doesn't have
Used
much
play a
to
lot of
say.
Destiny.
That was a horrible joke, apparently lost on
Well,
everybody.
that's why we left a gap as well
Yeah,
for
I
you.
appreciate that. Yes. Yes.
I love when he gets introduced on the boss where he just goes, all right.
All right. Well, yes. Thank you to the listeners for, or those in the chat, or the chat, if you will. Thanks for.
Did I mention? I've got 10 days off work. I can't believe it.
Yes, Mark. Yes. Rub it in some more. Did
Yeah,
I
I
mention
can't-
I have sunshine?
Oh,
In a bag.
my first day off today, and it's pissed it down all day.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's not fun.
No.
But a good excuse to play video games, right?
Yeah.
Every time you mention you have 10 days off, it's going to rain another day. Just think of that. Keep that in the back of your mind.
Oh, that's me done then, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. No more talking about it. All right, video games. Mark, I know what you're going to talk about. Therefore, you are going to get like 10 minutes at the very end of the show to talk about what you've been playing.
10 minutes. I need an hour, man. I need an hour.
Like I
Rob will
said,
know.
I know,
Rob will know.
I know what you're going to talk about, Mark, and therefore, no, we'll get to you. We'll save you for last, Mark. It's
Yeah,
okay.
well, Skylanders Trap Team, it's brilliant, you know what I mean?
It is. It is. It is. I'll take the lead. I'm going to spend about 2 hours talking about Fruit Ninja Connect 2.
Exciting stuff.
No. Although I do like that game. I had a lot of fun playing. Still playing it every now and then. It's a fun pick up and play game if you want to get up off the couch, which I know most people don't want to. Great for kids. The Golf Club. This is a game nobody's ever heard about. I don't think we've ever talked about it on the podcast before.
I think I've heard of that game before.
Yeah, been dabbling a little bit in that.
Does it involve grass and a tiny little ball or something?
Yes.
Yeah,
it
I've
does.
heard of it. Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah. So we've got our weekly challenge going. Been taking part in that. Also, had signed up to the TGC Tours, the golf club game Tours website, and started to earn my card and gone in and entered into my first tournament. And I kind of like it. So, the tournaments are 4 rounds. I'm on a particular tour that doesn't have cuts, so there's no pressure. You're not going to get cut after the first 2 rounds if you don't score high enough, which would happen in a real tour. But there, it's fun because you're playing with other people that are in the tour, and so you see them going through, and you can play asynchronously. So you start seeing other competitors with you as you're playing through, and then just playing it 4 times in a row, getting the course. And to be very honest, my first playthrough was pretty bad. My second playthrough was my best playthrough. Shot a -7, I think, or -8 on my second playthrough, and then got a horrible round in. Was +2. Finished out at a 74, and that was one of those moments where you played really well and you got through the round and you're like, okay, I'll play it again. I'll play another round. But I had literally just played 2 rounds prior to that, so I was trying to play my 3rd round of the same course, all back to back, and it was starting to get late at night. I think it was like about 11:30 at night. I was starting to get tired, just doing stupid things, leaving a lot of putts short, missing some chips. So ended up putting that down. Probably around, I don't know, the 15th hole, I realized I was being stupid and should just go to sleep and come back to it. So fired it back up, finished out at my plus 74 +2, and then ended up shooting, I want to say a 71, which was a -1. It was just under par for my final round. But I had to laugh. Just the whole notion of, as you're playing through, you would think you'd progressively just get better, and maybe most people do. But for some reason, for me, it was that second round was like that was the one. And then after that, everything was just kind of mediocre. Anyway, the golf club. It's a game. Neverwinter Nights. That's the free-to-play MMORPG on Xbox One right now.
Is it actually called Neverwinter Nights, or is it just called Neverwinter?
I think it is Neverwinter. I think I just threw the nights in.
Neverwinter Nights is the old version, is it not?
I don't know now. Now somebody needs to look this up for me. Yeah, maybe it is Neverwinter Nights. Damn it.
I'm sure it says Dungeons and Dragons Neverwinter.
Yeah, it might be. So either way, it's Dungeons and Dragons Neverwinter. It is, third person, over the shoulder, free to play RPG.
Over the shoulder boulder holder.
Over the shoulder boulder holder. Not the prettiest game you've ever seen. Graphically, it looks like an old school PC RPG, MMORPG. But there are certain mechanics to it, and there's and maybe it's just that exploration side of it, and to build your character and advance them that has the hooks that work. But there's a little something about the game I like. So, I'm not terribly far into it. I haven't invested any money in it yet, so we'll see.
What are you playing that on, Greg?
I am playing that on the Xbox One.
And it's free to download, Fraser. I've dabbled a little bit in that. It's the only one other game I've been playing this week. Spent about an hour on it. It's not too bad.
No, you see, the problem is I can't buy. You see, I'll never play it, so therefore, if it costs nothing, I can't buy. If I can't buy it and never play it, what's the point in getting it?
I know. I for whatever reason, I kind of fall in that same boat. If it's free to play, I tried Warframe. I tried. No, it didn't grab me. So I'm thinking Neverwinter could, only because I do like that genre, that fantasy RPG setting. So,
yeah, and it's got loot. Anything with loot, I love loot.
It's got swords. It's got dragons and elves, which I don't mind. Mike Chin hates
and wizards and shit.
Wizards and shit. Yeah. So I'm gonna give it a good go. But the other
Greg
game,
DeLacy, he doesn't mind elves.
I don't mind elves. No, I do not discriminate against elves. Forza Horizon 2: Fast and Furious.
Now I downloaded this, but I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, my expectations were kind of low because movie tie-in, game add-on. I'm just like, I don't know. But I came away from this with one conclusion. This is okay. Actually, two conclusions. One, this is the perfect way to do movie tie-in DLC, and two, Forza Horizon 2 should be renamed to Fast and Furious because it kind of is what Forza Horizon is. You know, it is a Fast and Furious game or a movie put to a game. It's just missing the bank heists and the the police chasing. But outside of that, it the whole vibe. I mean, you get the dubstep and the music, and I just got into it. I was just like, yeah, nope, I'll be playing this. So, and achievements seem pretty easy. Nothing. They come fast and furious. So I like that too.
Oh snap!
Oh snap! But yeah, so I would definitely recommend it, and especially recommend it in the next few days because I think it's only free for like 3 or 4 more days.
7 more days from the live tonight. 10th of April. You got till next Friday, and then you have to pay for it.
Okay,
no,
but
it'll still be on, but
it'll be $10 after that. So once it stops being free, if you haven't downloaded it by then, it'll cost you $10.
Bargain.
Yeah, bargain.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's me. That's me in a nutshell. Done for this week. Fraser.
Do that Austin Powers thing where he goes, "No, this is me in a nutshell. Can't get out. I'm stuck in a nut."
Oh dear, oh dear.
Fraser.
I'm here all week.
Yeah, I know. Fraser, why don't we just roll with you, my friend? What have you been playing this past week?
Well, funny enough, Greg, I've been playing some games on the Xbox One.
I know.
Would you believe it? Would you Adam and Eve it?
Let me tell you, I am shocked because certainly I have not tried talking to you at all this past week, and I have not been sending you 50,000 WhatsApp messages. That never happened.
I had more messages from you than my wife this week. That's okay. So I have been. I'll tell you what. I'll just run through a quick. I've been playing a ton of Metal Gear Solid 2. I finished on the. I was playing the HD collection. Yeah, I know. In fact, more than any, probably this week I've played more of my PlayStation 3 than anything else. So it's slightly embarrassing. But I finished up Metal Gear Solid 2, which was great, and then straight away I started off Metal Gear Solid 3. So I've been playing that solidly for the last 2 days.
Nothing like getting a new console.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Do you know what, mate? I actually I binged on Metal Gear Solid storyline catch-ups over this week.
If you could do that, that's amazing. I'm still, after playing through, struggling to keep up with any sort of story that these things are going on.
See, I would think you could probably just go, not that this is the preferred way to go through a Metal Gear Solid story, but I'm sure there has to be some good YouTube recountings of the Metal Gear Solid story. Like, I know someone did a great recap of, like, Halo. Basically, from all of the different past Halo games, they put it all into a YouTube with all the cutscenes spliced together properly in the timeline. I'm sure you could probably find something like that for Metal Gear. That's
what I did, mate, and I found it on... I'm trying to find the video now on my YouTube, but I can't see it anywhere. But basically, there it is, GameSpot. I was looking on YouTube, and GameSpot did Metal Gear Solid story in 2 minutes, but in 2 videos. And they covered everything from like the fact that you play as Solid Snake, but in the early ones, you were playing as Big Boss, who was Solid Snake's father, because he was Liquid Snake and Solid Snake were cloned from Big Boss, and it goes into all that on the GameSpots.
Yeah, exactly. And it's bizarre because even though I've probably put in like 10 hours worth of Metal Gear Solid time over the last couple of weeks, if not more, maybe 10 to 15 hours, you'd think I'd have more of a grasp of what is going on, but I think I have less of a grasp of what is going on than Richard's probably picked up in 2 minutes, because they throw so much at you, of everything that's tied in. So that sounds the perfect. I should do that. I'll need to get that link from you, Richard.
I've only ever played one Metal Gear game. It's Metal Gear Solid 4 on the PS3, And this is what confuses me with a new one coming out. It died at the end of that. Spoilers, but it's Alpha Making 5.
You're
Fuck,
playing
I
as
did not know that.
you're actually playing as Big Boss in the Phantom Pain. You're not playing as Solid Snake.
Right, who's Big Boss? And there were Big Mama. You did a motorbike scene in. Oh, I don't know what's going on.
Big Boss was in the past. In the past, Big Boss was like basically Solid Snake, but it was I can't remember his name, but it is now called Big Boss, and he basically uncovered some stuff. I don't want to spoil too much, but he did some stuff, and then the Phantom Pain is now in the later on after that, and he's now an old man.
All right, that clears it all up. I totally understand now.
But in Metal Gear Solid
yeah.
1 and 2, you play as Liquid Snake, which is one of his kids. And when you're playing as Liquid Snake, when you're playing as Solid Snake, Liquid Snake's like the baddie, but both of you are cloned from Big Boss. So Phantom Pain is actually a prequel in the past. Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2 on the PS1, PS2.
Yeah.
The Liquid was Solid Snake, and then
Yeah.
I think in the one where you're playing Liquid Solid Snake, but he's an old man, is because he's a clone. He ages quick. You play as Liquid Snake, don't you? Solid Snake.
You're
sorry.
not going to believe the words that are going to come out of my mouth in a
Yes,
moment.
correct. Yeah.
I
See,
want
the thing
to
is,
hear about
Mark's
Destiny.
Mark's making the classic mistake of thinking that it's all continuous. That's 1, 2, 3. It's not.
Right.
They jumble
Yeah.
all the way around. So I'm playing 3 right now, and I was playing 3, and I was going, hang on a second. I'm sure this is set before 1, but he's older than he is in 1.
So is it
right?
like the Star Wars
So-
movies?
It's
the ones I watched
baffling.
as a kid happened after the ones I watched
Right.
later.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
sort
So
of,
It's just
yeah.
baffling. But yeah, so that's great. So, but yes, I did get my Xbox One, so I fired that up and moving swiftly.
Thank you.
Okay, I've just got to tell you this. Handsome Devil in the chat, who's from Toronto, near Fraser, he's just said Lost on TV made more sense out of my explanation, Richard. Classic.
I probably didn't do it justice, but saying that it's so confusing. I only know the gist, and it's confusing just the gist. So I don't blame you, Handsome Devil.
No, it's totally okay. Here's a good example. Like, okay, I played through Metal Gear Solid 2, and I played through, I think, on normal difficulty, and just played through as best I could, as the game was meant to be played, and finished it and ran through it, and job done. On Metal Gear Solid 3, I'm going through a walkthrough for 100% completion. I'm playing it on very easy. So, what's bizarre is that I'm playing a game which is based around the horrors of the Cold War and the truth and dark times of conflict. But I spend most of my time trying to kill rabbits and eat them and shooting and finding a green frog in every level. So, I mean, it's just bonkers, right? So you try and tie it down as to what that series really should be. It's very difficult. But anyway, back. Yes, Xbox One.
Back in time.
Don't worry, Craig. We'll get to the Xbox One.
I'm
Shifting
not concerned.
forward.
I'm not concerned.
Fire that up. I have been playing. I got the bundle with Forza, so I've been playing some Forza. Not a ton of it, but I have played some. You know, started off my career, and for one of the first things I did was found a way to make money as quickly as possible. So I.
Do you want to know the best way to make money? Join the Forza Rewards program. There's a website, Forza Rewards, and you'll literally get like millions of credits over
Every
a couple
month.
months. Yeah.
Every month you get a reward, and especially if you played previous Forzas on your live account, it doesn't have to be on the bone. Like I've played Forza 4, 3, and 2, so you get rewards for all that. I get about, I think it's 2 million every month.
It's like military back pay.
Yeah, that'd be all right. Yeah, well, I found out a method for rival racing, which netted me like $1.5 million within a couple of hours. So that was pretty good. So that enabled me to immediately, and the reason I did it was an honourable one. It was to buy the car for the Hot Lap Challenge for March. So I got that Ferrari. What was it? The Ferrari 133 or something like that. Anyway, my Hot Lap challenges compared to the other times is dreadful.
Yeah,
No.
It's going to take some getting used to, right? And let's face
Well-
it, you've only been racing now in Forza 5 for what, 4 or 5 days tops?
4 or 5 hours tops.
4 or 5
So,
hours. Okay.
yeah, it's typical. Like I raced around the track and I was posting like a 150 something, and then I posted a 149 and 148, and then I could see everyone was like a 138, and I'm like, how on earth am I supposed to shave 10 seconds off this? but there must be a way.
Just get into a live
Well,
race and crash into all of them. They will love
Yeah,
you
I'm
for
not
it.
going to share. I'm not going to compete at the top level of with those guys, but I'll get just competing anyway is fun, so that's great, and so that's good. But I also got Rayman Legends, which was free on Gold. I grabbed that just before the end of the month. That is a fantastic game. That's just
I've yet to fire it up, but I've been wanting to, so I have it sitting there. So
it's so slick. It's
Yeah.
now you played it before, Fraser, on the old gen, correct?
No, I hadn't.
Okay.
I'd been waiting. I had played Rayman Origins, but Legends I hadn't played.
Oh, it was Destiny. I apologize. I was listening to on the other podcast you do, Game Punchers podcast. It's a fine podcast, and I was listening to you talking about it. But it was Destiny, I think, that you played previous gen, and then you were checking out next gen.
Yes, yeah. So, I'll come to Destiny in just a second. So, Rayman Legends, which most people have heard about before. Again, I'm months and months behind it. It's very, very slick. But the thing about Rayman Legends, I was playing that, and I'll tell you what, that game, if we were in a console generation a few before this one, that would have been the killer app that would have sold consoles. Like, it's as good, if not better, than a Sonic the Hedgehog or a Mario that sold consoles on its own. And we're not using those sorts of games as killer apps anymore. We now have Halos or the Gears of Wars or whatever, third-person games. But that, as an example of the platforming genre, is probably number one or close to number one that there's ever been. I reckon I stand by that statement. It's got so much in there, so much. It's so slick, so well done. The music's incredible, the sound's incredible, the graphics are amazing. It's fluid, the level designs is amazing. I think you'd be hard pushed to show me a platformer that's any better than that. So there we go. I've said it. I just wanted to give it its dues.
Okay.
And I've also been playing Fantasia, the one where you waggle your hands around and conduct music. You played that, Greg? You like Fruit Ninja, so you'd like this one probably.
I tested out the demo.
Yeah,
I did.
It's not bad. It's fun.
Yeah.
I've been watching my kids play and my wife play. It's very funny. It's very slick, and it's a nice sort of example of the Kinect hardware at work. And Destiny, which I believe you've heard of.
I've heard of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I might have put an hour or two into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't put a lot of time into Destiny, but the thing is, I'm picking it up and I'm playing it. It carried over my saves from my 360, which was nice, which I didn't expect it to do at all. But it didn't really matter. I mean, it saved me a few hours' work. But it's just fantastic. It looks amazing. I mean, the difference between the 360 and the Xbox One is just incredible.
Yeah.
And it just plays well. It's just that Halo gameplay, and to me, it's just all those firefights that were really enjoyable. Big staged firefights in Halo that were enjoyable. That's what you get. And I mean, I'm sure there's more, and I'm still figuring out the upgrade system and what else there is that I can go and do. And I haven't been to the Crucible yet, and I haven't joined a firefight team, and so there's loads of stuff I haven't done yet. But just in terms of running around, run and gun in a Halo style-y, it's brilliant, yeah. So I'm just enjoying it. Pick that up every so often and just try and play a mission. And I think I'm up to about level 8 or 9 now. So slowly getting there.
Fraser, are you embracing the digital future full on now?
No.
No.
I would prefer, if possible, to get everything I can on disc. I bought Destiny on disc.
Is that so you can sell it back?
Probably.
No. Okay, all right.
That might have cost you more in the long run, because if you'd have bought Destiny digitally on the 360, you'd have got a free upgrade to Xbox One, wouldn't you?
I actually never bought Destiny, though.
Did you get it from the
rented
library?
it from the library, which was why I never got stuck into it, because I only had it for a few days.
Best library.
I'll tell you what, though, I mixed, Greg. Actually, is the thing. I picked up Destiny. Well, I didn't pick it up. I mean, my sister bought it for me for my birthday, right? But it was like $40, which is not a bad price for that game. Definitely get my money's worth. I'd like, if I was going to drop $60 or $70 on a game right now, I would be very loath to buy it digitally.
Right. What if
I just am.
What if it was like half price, like 30 or 40?
Yeah, that's a little bit more acceptable. I think the game price, full game release game prices right now it's outrageous expensive. Somewhere along the line, to think $70 is not a lot of money. That's crazy. And people talk about the old days when Nintendo cartridges were that price and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
But they weren't. But we didn't have the amount of releases that we have now and the amount of choice. And
Also true. Yeah, the release schedule was definitely a much thinner year, if you will.
Yeah, but I think that's borne out. Competition. The market will find its sort of level point. Naturally, the market will sort itself out, and us as consumers, we are getting the price points that I think we deserve. But you know what you have to do? You have to wait. So.
Yeah.
But if you want everything day one or the first week or the first month, you pay that price that they set, and there's nothing you can do about it. But
yeah,
things quickly level out. What was fascinating was we got Minecraft installed on there as quickly as humanly possible.
Yeah, I've seen you playing that. Yeah,
right, because my kids could get on there because they're it's like crack. They can't do without it for more than a few hours. And that cost me $5 to buy because it knew that I had bought it before.
See,
this is a game.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
That to me is just amazing. I mean, this is a game that I personally have put like 300 or 400 hours in probably. My kids have probably put 1,000 hours in. And so far it's cost us like $25. I mean, it's baffling. And he's and Notch has still bought that big house. I don't know how he's done it. Amazing. So, yeah, it's all good.
All right. Excellent. Mr. Webster, what about you?
I've been playing a few bits and bobs this week.
Little bits and bobs?
Bits and bobs, yeah. I played Alien Isolation for the first time.
Properly
no
lights
spoilers.
off? Properly lights
no spoilers.
off?
I've got that lined up, Richard, so I'd beg of you, no spoilers, please.
There's
It's
an
fine.
alien. I'm sorry, Fraser. Spoiled.
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it. I can't spoil it because I've been very careful what I see because I didn't want to get it spoiled. What I will say is, if you like the first film and the art style and the set designs and the feel of the vibe, that is exactly what you're going to get. I am absolutely blown away with how beautiful and charming and fantastic and intense this game is. What I did was I watched the first Alien film and then turned the lights off, hooked my PC to my TV, headphones, and played Alien Isolation, and it was glorious. It was literally like Alien Isolation continues after the first film, and that's exactly what it felt like. And straight away, I was just like amazed.
Yeah, for me to do what you did there, Rich, I would need to actually also don the adult diaper because that game, the audio in that game is so good. It had me like on the edge of the couch. I could not. Yeah, just I don't do scary well. I've come to that conclusion. I'm a wuss when it comes to scary.
I was like scared and stuff. I mean, the videos on YouTube, I did like not the first half an hour or so because it was like quiet, but once it started getting a bit intense, I started recording. So there's 2 videos on the Gaming for the Elderly YouTube channel, and I was probably scared the alien was going to come long before it actually did because of the music. It's like.
Right.
Something will happen, but it's not like jump scare music. It's not like in a horror movie where someone turns around and it's like bing and like a horrible sound. It's just like atmospheric and builds up, and you're like, why is it building up? Why does it sound like it's crescendoing? What's going on? Is there something gonna happen?
Yeah, and they're good like that because it can build up and lead to kind of nothing. So that it keeps you on edge in that respect, which it's brilliant, and I hate it.
Yeah. Definitely, but you know what? It probably is. Like if you imagine the way the music crescendos and stuff, the music in that game, the way they use the atmospheric music, it's basically how that person would feel in that situation. Because I know personally, if I was in a dark room and like I heard a noise, my heartbeat would start rising and I'd start feeling like really scared, and then it would turn out to be nothing. And that's exactly what it kind of does, and it sort of feeds directly to the player. I think it does that really well. It puts you in those shoes. I've probably not been as immersed in that as I have probably Skyrim's the only other game that immerses you that much in the moments. And the voice acting's not the best, strangely. But
it's not horrible, but it's no Uncharted 3.
Yeah, it's not Uncharted, it's not GTA 5, it's not Last of Us, but it's good enough for it to be like, it's not a problem. You're not going to be like, oh my God, this is Resident Evil 1 all over again. But it's just the atmosphere. I can't even describe it in words. You just need to play it. It's watch Alien and then play that game, and that's exactly what it is. I noticed it's kind of a mix of both, because I watched it, after playing it, the next day I watched Alien 2, or Aliens.
The greatest single movie ever. Yes, go ahead.
Game over, man. Game over. I noticed, like, in the initial first, I don't know, let's say half an hour to an hour of the game, it's very Alien 1, and then it kind of goes a bit Aliens in the set design and the art style. It's all like great like pipes on the walls. You know, in the initial, sorry, that was my pop filter then. In the initial bit, it's padded walls and clean doors, and then it goes into more like station. That's all I'm going to say, but it molds the two films together really well. I think it does that quite well. Because the second film obviously takes place years later, and the game takes place later, doesn't it, as well? So it makes sense.
Yeah, I think for me, the single thing that they did really well, that was a good kind of tie-in to what the original movie Alien did, and quite honestly, what Aliens didn't do, is make you feel pretty powerless against what you're up against. You never feel like you have that weapon or that thing that is going to keep you alive, guaranteed. Even though they do give you some tools and stuff, whereas with Aliens and even that fantastic game, and I say that in absolute jest, Aliens Colonial Marine, you felt like you could take on the world. And even in Aliens the movie, when you're watching the characters, even though most, if not all of them, practically all died.
Spoiler.
It's been a while. But, you never once look at one of those soldiers on their own and think, that person, they can't handle that. They're going to be dead for sure. And I'm probably saying that wrong, but I mean, they had weapons. They had the ability to kill the aliens fairly easily, I might add. It was just the sheer number of aliens typically was the bigger issue for the soldiers and aliens, whereas in Alien, it's you with like your bare hands basically up against this creature that is built to kill.
Yeah, the only thing I kept thinking in my head when I was going around these hallways and these dark corridors, the lights off and the music going, the only thing that was going through my head was, if this alien comes right now, there's no way I can survive. It's not like Battlefield or Call of Duty or Uncharted where it's like, I've got the guns, anybody's come, pop, boom, headshot, bow, bow, gun, win the level. It's not, I was afraid going through that game, because if that alien came out at any point up until where I'm up to now, even now, like, I know, like, it's not going to be, I'm going to kill this alien. It's going to be, I'm going to run the other fucking way. There's no question. I'm off. See you later.
It is not a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's very good if you like the Alien film. I don't know why I waited this long. I mean, I got it on sale. That's why I picked it up when I did, because I saw it on sale. I was like, oh, it's about time. I should have got this.
Why we waited this long, Richard, is because historically every Alien game has been a pile of toilet, so everyone's extremely skeptical of it being any good. But I think it's a slow burner, this one, isn't it? People are popping up on podcasts all over the place saying,
yeah. But you know what? It's like BioShock. BioShock kind of came out of nowhere when that was released. Like, that won awards at like events and stuff, and like people didn't really see that coming. Like, they had the demo, which was amazing, and showed the fire effects and the water effects and everything else, but no one thought BioShock was going to be the stellar hit that it was. People just thought, leading up to it, I was just like a first-person shooter, it's in the vein of System Shock or whatever. And I think Alien Isolation's done that. It come out and people were like, oh my God, this is not only a game that's good, it's a movie tie-in game that's great. Like, fantastic. Like, this is the Alien game we should have got 10 years ago.
No argument there.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, anyone who hasn't played it yet, go out and play it, and there's a little this isn't a spoiler, by the way, I don't think, because it's one of the very first things you see.
Plug
Like
your ears,
this.
Robin or Fraser. Sorry.
No, it's what is it?
Love
What's
you.
it called? Like an Easter egg. It's an obvious one. It's on the table in the room, like when you're on the first mission.
The fingers ain't fitting through.
Basically, when the game starts, when you can actually play the game after the cutscenes and all that, the table. Have a look at the table. There's a little Wally
Yeah.
on the movie Wally on the table, and I was like, Scrawny Weaver. You know, there's a tie in there somewhere. There's a little model Wally. Don't know what it does in the
Nice.
game. You know, I don't know if it's a toaster or what, but there's something that looks like Wally on the table. So I'm looking out everywhere now, thinking like, what else is there gonna be? You know, are we gonna see? Is there gonna be something from Prometheus, like hidden away in a corner?
And Rich, that is exactly how the developers get you to be killed left and right, because you're off searching the corners looking for some stupid Wally figurine, and the alien comes up behind you.
Yeah. But yeah, it's fantastic. I can't really say enough, and can't talk for too long because I could be here for an hour talking about the nuances, the little nuances in that game are just fantastic. I've also been playing GTA, or should I say GTAs?
GTAs. This is because of PC Master Race Grand Theft Auto 5 April month extravaganza. I can't think of any other words to throw at it, so.
We'll just call it that. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, so I might as well announce it now, while I'm talking about it, because that's what I've been playing. Grand Theft Auto 5 for PC comes out on April 14th, so a week and a half away from now. Just breaking news as well, like recently, an hour ago, something like that. For any PC gamers, Rockstar have announced that from April the 7th, you'll be able to preload the game onto your computer, ready for the launch.
Holy moly.
Holy
Preloading.
Holy preloading shit.
Yes.
A week before. I thought maybe the day before, but a week before the game comes out, you can preload, ready to go.
Nice. This is Rockstar's way of saying, give us your money a week early.
Yeah.
It's Rockstar's way of saying, we've got it ready.
Right. We're
ready. Unlike everybody else who doesn't have it ready until the 0 hour.
So it basically goes gold as of the 7th of April. I think on Rockstar Warehouse and on Steam, you can preload the game, so that's exciting. Means you can download the game, do a defrag because it's a big game, and do all that ready to go for the April 14th.
What does that mean? Do a defrag, Rich?
It's a PC
Like
thing.
defrag your computer because it's going to be a load of big files and lots of files, so improves performance. Probably not noticeably, but I always like to defrag after installing a big game.
Oh, you'll do that though before you put the game in, rather than it's not as something the system will do.
No, so like I just do it after installing a big game like GTA or like Total War Shogun 2 is quite a big game, like 20 gig, 30 gig or whatever. I'll just do a defrag before I play it, just to make sure everything's in place, ready, nice and smooth to go.
No, I think it's a wise piece of advice, actually.
It is. In fact, you should probably defrag your computer even if you're not installing big games. All that surfing of porn.
I keep saying, just buy a Mac. You don't have to fuck about with any of that shit.
No one's listening.
I'll just leave now, Vanessa.
Just
the only
on
one
deaf
from-
Go to
ears.
hell, hippie!
Go to hell, hippie. Fraser, well done.
I'm gonna tweet that out in a minute. I'm gonna tweet that now as I say this now. Basically, for April we are doing Grand Theft April. Genius name, I know. It's all about playing Grand Theft Auto games, past and present. Celebrating one of the greatest series of all time and the game that defined a genre. You know, Grand Theft Auto is the open world sandbox city game that spawned countless clones, air quotes, like Saints Row and True Crime Streets of LA was another one. I think that come out after GTA 3 and stuff. So just loads. That was a good game, though, by the way. True Crime Streets of LA. That was an alright game.
Sleeping Dogs, another big open
Sleeping
world.
Dogs, another game, yeah.
Crackdown.
Watch Dogs. Crackdown. Fucking great game. I spent probably more time trying to find my 500th agility orb than actually playing the whole game as a whole.
Nice.
Never found it. I don't think I ever found it.
We could just sit here and name games. Infamous, just for a mark.
Infamous, yeah, Infamous.
Can't leave that out.
No. So it's not just about playing Grand Theft Auto great games. I'll be doing videos and stuff for YouTube. But if you want to get involved as a community, just play GTA games and send us some of your favorite moments. What do you like? Like one of my favorite moments of I think it was GTA 4. I don't know. I was just driving along and I just got out of my car and started walking, and some guy just shouted, "I take it in the ass." Just just some random pedestrian.
The random stuff is pretty funny.
Yeah,
I
is
thought
pretty
your
funny.
phone had gone off in your pocket and you'd actually accidentally dialed Parsnip.
One of the other things with GTA 4 as well, I remember this, Greg, years and years ago. I went and bought GTA 4 on the midnight launch and came home to play it, and I was on Xbox Live, and you messaged me because you're 8 hours in the
Right.
you're 8 hours in the future, or no, in the past, and you said like, "How is it? Is it good?" Because I think it was that might have even been just around the time of Couch Mercenaries, right around that time. And I said, yeah, it is. I probably should have eaten me in words because it wasn't really that good, GTA 4.
I liked GTA 4. In fact, I liked the story of GTA 4 better than I liked the story of GTA 5.
The story's good. I think just the world was too empty, but I think
Yeah, I'll give you that.
that there's just less missions. I think that's where Red Dead sort of made it nice. There was a lot of extra stuff to do.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah, you messaged me on Xbox Live and you were like you said something like, "Man, how is it?" or something like that. And I was like, "Dude, it's the best game ever." GTA. Carried on playing. Fantastic game. One of the first things in GTA 4 was I was driving down the road and like I hit something and like me bumper was crooked and me bonnet was up in the air and flew off. My bonnet flew off and I looked camera behind me and it just took out a whole row of like pedestrians, like slit them all. And, like that was really funny. So yeah, GTA. It's a great series and
The ultimate
we are
murder
giving
simulator.
away. We are giving away GTA 5 on PC this month.
Boom!
What?
Wow,
What? The new game?
the new
The
one.
new game that comes out in 1.5 weeks. We are giving away a copy this month as a competition. If you want to win GTA 5, I will
Rich.
be making a yeah.
Do tell.
I will be making a post on our Facebook group page, fb.g4te.com.
Wait,
I will be making.
we have a Facebook group? I thought it was
How-
just a page before. It's a group now?
It's an actual group where like people can like stuff and join. And I've got there's a poll on there. We can do polls, Greg.
For
Opinion
dancing?
poll.
Oh, opinion
Um,
poll. Sorry.
Well, whatever you want. I don't know if you want to dance, but you know if
I've been known to
FB
dance, Rich. I've been known to dance.
I've seen you naked Uno dancing on Xbox Live.
That was by mistake, but yes.
GTA 5 on PC. There will be a post on our Facebook, fb.g4te.com, and all you have to do is like it. Like the post.
All you have to do is like it. That is the easiest way possible to win GTA 5. Now, Rich, just to clarify, does everybody who likes the post get a copy of GTA 5?
You will have the people that like it will be thrown into a tombola hat. I don't even know if that's a type of hat. I'm not a hat connoisseur. They'll be put in a hat and one randomly selected by the artificial intelligence of randomness.
The supercomputer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Random.
Let's put it behind the curtain and call it the supercomputer from Oz. Will
The
select
supercomputer from Oz.
a random winner.
Yeah,
We're
it
going
will
to
select
take
a
all
random-
those likes, all the likes. We're going to put them all into a spreadsheet. We're going to run a random number generator. We're going to pull it out, and Rich is going to win.
Yeah,
Exactly.
basically. But the issue I've got is you might win if you don't want the game because there will be people that like the post who just to like it. So if you win it and you don't want it or need it, please give
Then-
it back. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, I would hope that we would reach out to that person to make sure that they do in fact want it before we just send them the code.
That's
then-
that's an actually better idea, Greg. That I should have thought that through before.
Why I'm here, Rich. That's why I'm here.
Well, why
So,
do you
yeah,
start a post and just say those who want the game, stick your name down to be put in the draw?
Yeah, like it.
Oh, like it.
Let's not get too fancy here.
Specifics. Specifics.
Oh, there's always got to be someone who's got to sort things out. You know what I mean?
See, Mark
Taking
put me on the
place.
plate now.
Leave it to the mechanic.
That's where my
Yeah.
youth fails me. You see, Mark with his wisdom,
Logic.
logic, and wisdom.
Practical.
Real Defoe saying, "How old am I? 20. Why does he think I'm 20?
Because we know you're 18,
assassin.
Rich. We know you, and Gary DeFelice, by the way, or sorry, Gary DeFelice is he's like 70. So he sees you, Rich, and he sees this baby face, and he's like, "Oh my God, he's so young. I used to look like that when I was 12."
Woe is me. That might be why, yeah, because we're on camera now, aren't we? Hi.
Yes.
Twitch. Hi, world. Shirt and tie. I thought I'd make an effort for the people. GTA 5 on PC. You can win it. Just like the Facebook shit. I'll be making a post soon. fb.g4te.com. Like it. But, Greg,
There's more?
there's more. We are giving away a copy of something Grand Theft Auto related right now, live on Twitch.
Right now. Live.
Right now.
On Twitch.
Live on Twitch.
What do they got to do, Rich? What do they got to do to win something Grand Theft Auto related? Is it a sticker, by the way?
No, it's a game.
Not a sticker, a game.
Live. 3 games.
Whole game.
3 games.
Three games.
Yep, 3 whole games.
Okay. All right.
You can win Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas for PC on Steam. Live. Live on the chat. All you have to do.
It's distracting, that chat, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm trying to I've got all these screens. I've got Facebook over.
Focus,
over.
Rich. Focus. What do they got to
Focus.
do? What do they got to
Come on,
do?
I need to talk about this goddamn game.
I know why.
This is our evil
horses
plan,
have
by the way,
things.
Mark.
No time, Mark.
Yes,
no
I'm
time.
sorry. The show is over.
If you want to win GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas for PC, all you have to do to win it live in the chat now is just tell me who your favorite GTA character is.
And you're going to pick somebody random, or is it the
I'll
first
pick someone
person?
at random. Yeah.
Random person.
Random person.
Favorite GTA character. Start typing up if you're in the live Twitch feed. And
Can I
for
enter?
those, no, Mark, you may not. But for those listening, and you're thinking, God, I would have loved to have won GTA 5. Well, then start watching our show live. All you got to do, live.g4te.com, every Friday, 3 o'clock Pacific time, 6 o'clock Eastern, and 11 p.m. in British Standard Time. You're welcome, Mark. All right.
It's British summertime.
Damn it. British summertime.
I don't know, but yeah, that's
See,
it.
that's why it's bullshit time.
Greg, I'm done. I'm absolutely done completely.
Okay.
That's all I've been playing. Just
All right.
maybe recap. Go over Alien Isolation again.
No, I think we're good there. I
Okay.
think we've actually done. So we're good now. We can move on. I think we can go on to the news quiz now. Nobody else has anything to say.
No, I'll
Sweet.
take that off the notes as well because that's been said now.
Yes.
Love a good quiz. Let's go.
All right, Mark.
Quiz time.
You're sitting there sulking. Oh, I want to talk about.
Got a vein
Bloodborne.
throbbing in his
I know
forehead
he does.
there.
I want to
All right.
get this podcast over and done with so I can get back playing it. 'Cause I've only got 10 days off work. I need to be playing this game all the
We've
time.
already wasted one.
Yeah, a full day's gone already.
Okay.
Right, so, yeah, this game, Skylanders Trap Team, no. This game is Bloodborne, and it is absolute. I'm going to swear now, so warning, swearing. This is fucking amazing, this game.
I like
Absolutely
that you
brilliant.
gave a warning. I think we've already been
Yeah.
cussing for like the last hour.
Yeah, I know. But no, this game is brilliant. It is so good. So good.
Wait, hold on, Mark. Wait. Before you go on, let me get this off my chest, and then you can finish talking about Bloodborne. I will not interrupt you once until you're done.
All right.
I just ask that, in the interest of keeping the show under, say, 2 hours, that we don't talk for an hour about Bloodborne. But let me get this off my chest real quickly. Bloodborne. Fuck you!
What?
Why?
I don't like From Software games. I've come to that conclusion.
You're
Oh,
missing
the
out.
Souls people.
And I wanted
Right.
to do that really just to kind of, needle you a little.
Yeah. Nah, it's all right. I don't mind because
All
I'm
right.
going to talk about it for 2 hours now on
I know.
purpose.
I'm not saying nothing.
Right. If you've ever played Demon Souls on the PS3 or on the 360 or the PS3, if you've played Dark Souls 1 or 2, this is from the same developer and it has got some similarities, but it's not the same. And it is, if not better than all of them. Absolutely brilliant. The main differences between Dark Souls and the Souls games and Bloodborne is you don't have a shield. In the Souls games, you more a shield and attack. So it's bit slower combat. In this, you dual weeding. Weeding? Yeah, you're fucking gardening, aren't you?
What's it? Garden simulator.
Yeah, you got a fork in one hand and a spade in it. You're dual wielding. You got a gun in one hand or a blunderbuss or something like that. I know later on in the game you get a fucking rocket launcher. And then you've got a massive weapon, not between your legs, but in your right hand.
That'll make a change.
Yeah, wait, one for me. No, so
me
this,
neither.
so the main weapon, initially what you get, they're called trick weapons. So you can press the L1 button, and this weapon, it starts off, say, for example, the first weapon I picked is an axe. So you start off with this axe you hold in your hand, and you've got your gun in your other hand. When you press the L1, it grabs the axe, extends a handle, and you've got a two-handed massive beast of an axe to take even more damage off the enemies. It's a little bit slower, but it does a lot more damage. And a lot of the other weapons, they're all similar vein. They'll turn like a saw blade, it'll bend out, and you've got a massive cleaver. And it's just amazing. So that's the sort of like the main differences between souls and things. You don't collect souls in this, but you collect blood echoes. But everybody's calling them souls. It's basically the same thing. Every time you kill an enemy, these blood souls, you accumulate them, and then you can use these to spend on upgrades. You can use them to buy items, armor. There's not as much armor as in the Souls games. It's more clothing, but you do get some protection from it. But the majority of your blood echoes you will be spending on upgrading your stats. You'll put it into like your vitality to make your health bigger, endurance so you've got more stamina, your strength so you're stronger at swinging your weapons, and those things. It's not as in-depth as Souls games. There's a lot more to upgrade on the Souls games, so they've made it a bit more accessible. But one of the good things I do like about this, which is an improvement over the Souls games, because you don't have a shield, when you take damage, your health meter will go down, but the portion it goes down by will stay a slightly different shade of red, and the white line will move. And if you can counter or get some hits in on the enemy or any enemy within, I think it's about 3 or 4 seconds, you earn that health back. It's called the regain system, and that is a brilliant new introduction. So you don't get hit and run away all the time unless you want to use all your healing potions, so you have to hit back to get your health back, and it gives it quite a new, good, fresh dynamic. The healing, in the Souls games, you had an Estus flask what you refilled at your campfire. Yes, Fraser?
How did you get on with the other games? Because this is how I want to judge it. Like, talk us through your successes or failures with the previous From Software games.
I've played a lot of Dark Souls. I got to level 120, and I beat the 4 Knights. And then the new consoles came out, and I haven't been back to it. I was late to playing Dark Souls 1. I picked it up in a sale and I paid £10 for it. Because I was always scared of it, because you've heard everyone say it's one of these games where it just spanks your ass all the time. And I never really fancied it. But once I started playing it, yeah, they're frigging hard. They're really bloody hard. But they're so rewarding. It's so hard to describe. It's so rewarding.
See, because I feel I'm one of those guys. I'm sitting there on the edge, and I'm potentially one of those people. Yeah, I played Demon's Souls, and I found it very confusing and slightly too punishing. I didn't get on with it. Then I skipped Dark Souls. Yeah, Dark Souls I skipped, and Dark Souls 2 I now played. And I found Dark Souls 2 a little bit far easier to understand the mechanics of it and how to play it. Yeah. And then I hit a little bit of a wall with it. And plus, it was a rental, so I didn't keep it. So I get the feeling that Bloodborne is just a natural evolution that I'm going to enjoy it. So when I come to play it,
you get the feeling that the developers, these fantastic guys from Software, they've made Demon's Souls, they've made 2 Dark Souls games, and I think Bloodborne is the amalgamation of all them and them thinking, oh well, why don't we do this? And now with the next gen power, they can do all these extra things and have this new system and everything. It is really good. I prefer it to the Souls games, because of it's quicker. Just on the fact that in Dark Souls you can spend an hour trying to defeat a boss because you've got your shield up, you're running up one hit and you're running away. In this, you just go in and fucking go hell for leather on the thing. And you can do what you can do in the Dark Souls games, but they've made this easier as well. You can call in a co-op player. Anywhere in the game, each area has got 1 or 2 bosses. And if you're in an area, once you've got your first what's called insight, so once you've met the boss once, you get an insight. It's a bit hard to explain what that is, but it gives you the ability to ring a bell, which is similar to the soapstones in Dark Souls. So if you're struggling with a boss, you can ring this beckoning bell, and what it's looking for is it's looking for other players within 10 levels or so of you who have rung another bell, which they've bought you by purchasing it with 10 insight, because they've progressed a bit further in the game. And this bell is called a small resonant bell. So say I'm stuck on this boss and you've got this resonant bell. I ring the beckoning bell. I can actually set up a network password in that as well. You can ring your small resonant bell, put in the same password, and you will be pulled into my game. Whereas on the Souls games, who you got was completely random.
Right.
Because I'm going to help Gary later on tonight, Real Defoe. He wants a bit of help with Father Gascoigne, who's the second boss. So he's going to ring my bell tonight.
It was coming. I knew there was something coming with the bells.
Yeah.
Greg, you're right there, Greg. You're glazing over a bit.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm giving Mark his due.
I know.
I had to take the piss out of Mark. That was.
Yeah. I know the stick Richard Primrose got about Dark Souls, but Richard was absolutely right. You were wrong, Greg. So I'm carrying on. To heal in this game, you got health. You got blood vials. Everything's like orientated around blood. So you got these blood vials, and they're a lot quicker than the flask in the Souls games. In the Souls games, the animation to drink the flask took so long, the fucking enemies can kill you before you even finish drinking. In this, it's like you get this vial, you smash it in your leg, it splashes, and then boom, you heal. So it's a lot quicker and it's a lot easier. So it's a bit less forgiving that way as well. And
Is
you
it
can
a
carry
lot cooler?
Yeah, oh, it's cool. And you can carry 20 of these, whereas in the Souls games, the flasks, I think you start off at 5 and you have to work your way up by upgrading that. But yeah, you start off with, you can have 20 of these, and every time you go back to the lamp, which is the equivalent to the campfire, and you go back to the hunter's dream, you replenish that, because as you pick them up, if your inventory's full, the blood vials will go into your stash, which is cool. And you can hold up to 99 of these blood vials in your stash. So every time you go back to your lamp and you go back to the sort of like central hub, which is a hunter's dream, it automatically refills your vials. So every time you go into a new area, you've got 20 vials, which is a nice cool thing. The bosses.
Have you got notes?
Yeah.
He does have notes. I see.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't want to miss anything.
That's brilliant.
The bosses in this game, they look fantastic. They're tough as nails. And this were a bit of an evil twist than the Souls games. In the Souls games, all the bosses, you knew they were a boss because there was a fog gate in that area. You had to traverse the fog gate to get to the boss to have a fight with it. In this, nah. You walk into an area, the fog gate appears behind you, and you're fucking trapped in there, right? And you're not prepared, and you get whooped. Well, I did anyway, right? But the next time,
are you listening, Gary? This is your help.
I'm all right now. That was when I was low level. This is the first boss. It's called the Cleric Beast. I don't want to give all the names away, but I'll get the first boss. I think it's quite commonly known, Cleric Beast. It's on this bridge, and it whooped me. And I'm thinking, how the fuck did I get out of here? And you can't, and you get beat. So you have to respawn at your lamp, which is miles away. You have to battle don't know how many goddamn enemies and use all your health files to get back to where you were. And just like in the Souls games, you can retrieve your lost souls in the Souls games when you die by getting back to where you died. In this, you get your echoes back. But your echoes will either be in a pool of blood on the floor, or if an enemy's walked over that blood, they will pick up your echoes. And you have to hunt the fucker down and kill him. And you can tell who it is because
Steve
he's got glowing, he's got glowing purple eyes.
That's really cool.
And once you've killed him, you get your echoes back. And that's another really good touch what From Software's introduced.
I will admit that's cool.
Yeah. So you get back to your boss. Now there's a fog gate. Now you have to press a button to enter that area. So you go in there, pick up your echoes, and now you're ready for him. Now you put up a really good fight, and you die again, and again, and again. And about 5 times later, 5 attempts, and I managed to beat him. It was such a good feeling to beat that boss. Really good feeling. And then the second boss, holy shit. I'll say its name because it doesn't really spoil anything. It's called Father Gascoigne, and it is tough as shit. Halfway through, it transforms into this creature, and it is so hard. I had to farm the area of echoes and had to get up to level 30 and upgrade some of my weapons, but you get blood shards.
May I ask a question?
Yes, I'm boring, you know.
No. What level were you before you? Because you said you had to upgrade to 30.
Yeah.
So what did you?
I beat the cleric beast when I was level 15.
Okay.
And I thought, I beat this fucker. I can go do this one now. Nah. So I got to level 30. I upgraded some of my weapons. Like in the Souls games, you had to use certain materials. I think it was some of the demons dropped demonite, if I remember rightly. So in this one, you get shards. So I got these blood shards, and I managed to get enough to go back to the Hunter's Dream, upgrade my axe, make it a bit more badass, a bit more powerful. I got to level 30, and I tried to beat this Father Gascoigne, and I think it took me 15 attempts. Because it's in a graveyard, and all these gravestones what are around you, it blocks your rolling, because you have to, obviously, without you having a shield like in the Souls games, you have to dodge and roll a lot. So there's a lot of dodging, rolling, and going in. You can try... The idea of the gun is if you stun him with a gun, or any enemy, if you stun them, you can do what's called a visceral kill. So once they're stunned, you can go in close, press the attack button, and this is what you thought happened to the pig, Greg. He puts a weapon in, twists it, and like pulls it out, and there's just blood everywhere.
Right.
And that's when you thought that guy was fisting a pig. That was just your twisted imagination, Greg. He wasn't fisting a pig. He was doing a visceral attack.
Yeah. But he... Okay, well, let's just throw this out there. I mean, he did fist the pig because he did the visceral attack, but he did it in the anus of the pig. So, I mean, technically...
Yes, probably. Yeah, did he have a big hammer as well? Did he do it with a hammer?
No, it was his fist.
Right.
He went up there with it. I was like, wow, okay. Yeah. All right. That was cool.
So...
All right.
So I beat the second boss, and then you gain insight for finding the boss area, and then you gain insight for beating a boss. You can also get insight for finding loot on dead enemies, and it's called Madman's Knowledge. So you consume that, and you get an extra insight. So by this time, I'd just got my 10 insight, and in the Hunter's Dream, there's these bath basin things with these creepy little dudes what are coming out going. I won't do that again. And they sell.
Go on, do it again.
One more time.
And they
Slag, you'll do anything.
And they sell items. Now there's another bath at the top of the area where the workshop is, which has nothing in it. But once you get 10 insight, that one comes alive. And you can buy things with insight, and that's where you buy your resonant bell, which I bought for 1 insight, and I bought the sinister bell, which I don't think I'll use much because that's the PvP, player versus player bell. Whereas in the Souls games, this is what I didn't like about the Souls games as well. Once you become human, anybody can invade you.
Right.
and you used to get ganked something chronic. These over-level people will come in, rip the shit out of you, take all your souls, and then bugger off. In this, you both have to ring a sinister resonant bell for you both to play PvP. So both people have to be willing, which I love. I love that idea.
That's smart. That's smart design.
Yeah. So now I've got this resonant bell, and I'm hoping to help Gary tonight, but he's typing in the chat, I may be too high a level for him. Well, Gary, I've got bad news for you. I've been farming like crazy because I've unlocked new areas, and I'm level 50 now. So I hope that's not too high. If not, you're going to have some...
Listen to you. There's no way you've got enthusiasm like that just gushing forward out of you.
You're not ashamed of that.
Nah.
Gary, you're screwed. Which makes me happy to hear.
Yeah. He's just going to have to farm, innit? He's just going to have to pull his weight and pull his finger out, get off that stupid golf club and get playing. So what else have I written down here? So regain system I've covered. There's no hand-holding. It's tough. It's brutal.
Which is
very
not shocking.
rewarding.
It's a from software game.
If you know the Souls games and you know what to expect, you're going to get it up the arse.
Which again is part of the reason why I'm not overly enthusiastic about From Software games.
Yeah, right. The downsides. There are some downsides.
Okay.
Long loading times, and I mean
this.
long loading times.
Did they?
When you die,
Mark, did they patch it to help that out, or is that still coming?
Oh, it's in the works. The patch
Okay.
what just came out yesterday was to fix a game-breaking bug. Whereas if you're in, I've just got there actually. If you're in the place called Forbidden Woods and you do try to do co-op, you cannot pick up a key what you need to progress in the game.
Right.
So they've fixed that now, and they've also fixed a duplication glitch, what apparently is being quite rife. I saw a YouTube video of someone duplicating these cold blood things what you pick up which contain blood echoes. It's like the souls where you get humanity and you can crush it and get a load of souls. And I saw one guy and I think he got something like 300,000 echoes in like 10 minutes. And he leveled himself up to like level 100 in no time at all without even playing the game, which is pointless. You're not beating anything. You're not going to get any satisfaction from that. But that's his lookout. He's paid $60, £50 to do that. So that's his thing. But they've patched that now, so that's not in. So that's good.
Okay, so load times, and I'm going to speed you up just a little bit.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah. So load times, I think you're talking 45 seconds when you die for it to load to go back to your fire. 45 seconds might not sound a lot, but when you sat there and you're fucking fuming because someone's just kicked your ass and you've got 20,000 echoes which you want back so badly because they're so hard to earn, 45 seconds waiting for it to reload is agony. So they are working on that, and it's 20 seconds to load to go to the Hunter's Dream and back. So yeah, that's one downside. The other downside is it sucks your life away. It's such a time sink. I have played nothing but this all week. I'm dreaming about it. I'm looking it up on YouTube and watching Twitch while I'm at work. It's really got me. I'm hooked.
Okay, I would have never guessed.
And I'll be talking about it for weeks. So I'll be talking about it for weeks. So I'll leave it at that. I think that's enough. I've rambled for 20
Mark's
minutes.
not going to be on the show for a few weeks then. Eh?
Well, you can see I'm so excited about this game. I was excited for The Order, but you were right, Greg. The Order's it doesn't pale in. It just pales in comparison to this. The Order's a good game, but money wise, this is the one you've got to buy. Rent The Order, buy this. This is a definite buy.
I'll tell you what, I went
that.
in shopping for games yesterday, and what was interesting was one of the cheapest games on the PS4 shelf was The Order already.
Yeah.
Well,
I wasn't going to actually buy this initially because things are a bit sort of like tight at the moment, but there's an offer on PlayStation at the moment, and it's still on now. You can still do it more than once as well. If you go on PayPal and top up your wallet with PayPal, you pay £40 to PayPal, and they'll put £50 in your PlayStation wallet. And the game's $49.99 on the UK PlayStation Store, so it sort of cost me £40. So I've saved £10. So to me, that was a no-brainer. I had to get it because, like I say, I love Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 2 has just come out, and I want it, but I've got this, so I will be happy to wait till that goes half price or whatever. Maybe at Christmas I'll get that. I will definitely play Dark Souls 2 on the PS4, or maybe the Xbone, because I never played it on the older gen. But for now, I've no need to. I've got Bloodborne. I've got this, and it is absolutely brilliant.
It'll be interesting to hear your impression of going back to the Dark Souls game.
Yeah, it will, yeah. And I've not heard anyone say a bad thing about Bloodborne, and that's genuinely honest. I've not, apart from the loading times and a few little glitches here and there, everyone I've spoken to who's played it loves the game.
Yeah, I will definitely say, Mark, I have heard a lot of people, especially fans of the Dark Souls games, and even people that aren't fans of Dark Souls games. It definitely is hitting a good stride with a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, and I know I gave you a lot of shit, and I'm sure countless people heard me screaming out, F you to Dark Souls or Bloodborne, and they're like, oh my god. But I'm kidding around. I can appreciate a good game. I can appreciate the fact that you like this game.
I don't like it.
They are not my style of game.
Yeah.
So, but that's
and
just,
it is like Dark Souls. You can go the wrong way. You can open up a different area, go in there, and the boss and the enemies in that area can be a high level, and you will not last 1 second.
Yeah.
So it is about learning where to go. It isn't as hard as Dark Souls, I don't think. It does give you a little bit more guidance on the routes.
That's good.
Than Dark Souls. Dark Souls, if you went to that main area and you went down into the cemetery where the skeletons are,
go to the cemetery.
You were fucked. You had to go up the hill to the other way.
Yeah.
But it's not as bad as that, but it's still got the same principles behind it. It doesn't hold your hand.
All right.
It's no Fruit Ninja Connect though, Greg. Let me tell you that.
Clearly.
None of that shit. There's a lot of swearing though.
All right.
When you get killed a lot.
Speaking of swearing, let's do a news quiz.
Yeah, I need a drink
Jesus. Fuck.
All right, news quiz time.
I've not seen any news because I've been playing.
This is what I like to hear. This is what makes the news quiz even that much better. So right now, Mr. Webster, you are the leader of our podcast crew for the news quiz. You took the lead.
I'm ahead by 2, aren't
I? No, not that much.
I thought it was because I was ahead last time and I won again, so I'm ahead by 2, I think, aren't I?
You would think that, but that's not quite the case. I can tell you in a second. If we stall a little bit, I'll tell you exactly where you sit, and I'll give everybody standings. It so happens that one of your cohorts on the podcast right now is potentially in striking distance from you.
Jesus. While you're checking that, Greg, I'll just remind everyone that the post for GTA 5 on PC is on our Facebook page right now, fb.g4te.com. Go over there, have a like. And yes, to answer Hardly Dan, if you like it, if you want to win it for a friend, I think that'll be okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like the page. I'm going to give away GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas right now.
I like it. It helps me because apparently I can't type, so...
Yeah. I'm just going through the list of the people that gave a name of a GTA character. This is live on Twitch. If you're listening recorded,
pick me.
Make sure you stop by next week to listen live because you might win some stuff live. We've got a few bits and bobs, haven't we, Mark, this month?
Yep.
By the way, for those in the chat that are anxiously awaiting this, the one caveat we didn't talk about is you have to actually go to England to get this.
Oh, yeah, you've got to come to my house.
He's a card, isn't he?
Oh.
Hardly Dan. I'm going to give the code to Hardly Dan at random. Only a few people did a thing.
Well, congratulations, Hardly Dan, for participating. And you know what? You just won some GTA games. That's a good thing.
You did, yeah. I'm going to send him the code on Twitter now as a secret message.
Secret message? Does it require a decoder ring, Rich?
Yeah, he needs to give his Enigma code to unlock it.
Yeah, he needs to give his bank account, sort code, and account number.
All right. Well, let's dive into the news quiz. So here's the standings as they are right this moment. Nicole has two wins, 2 news quiz wins. Mr. Mark Wright, you have 1. Richard Webster, you're sitting at 3.5.
3.5 quizzes?
Yes, 3.5 points. Because for every news quiz you win,
did they?
yes, but you had a tie with Fraser Moore So you and Mr. Fraser Moores have a half point each. So you have 3.5, Rich. Robin, our fearless Irishman, has 0. Fraser, you are sitting at 1.5 points. So relatively within striking distance. I thought you actually were at 2.
News quiz, like a news quiz cobra.
Yes, ready to strike. And Mike Chin, who randomly shows up to the show, miraculously has 2 podcast news quiz wins. So there we have it. Rich, you could extend your lead substantially.
Oh Jesus! I mean, I am the news quiz king, aren't I?
It's kind of self-bragging, but also slightly accurate.
I'm just trying to put, like when a prize fighter comes out and he's got that music. This is my music. I
This
win
is your
a lot of
music.
quizzes. Yeah.
All right. Are you guys ready for the news quiz?
Gladiators ready.
Gladiators ready. Rich, you are first. Mark, you are the sandwich meat. And Fraser, you are last.
The camoose.
The camoose. All right, Richard Webster. All
Yes.
attention. And no Google. I want your hands up in the air this entire news quiz. I'm going to make you dance and spin around.
Hands on head.
I'm not
All right.
Googling. I'm just managing 3 social networks, but no Googling.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, one social network happens to be Google search.
My Google search will voice recognize your voice and ask and find the answer to the question you ask.
I wouldn't put it past you. I would not put it past you. All right, Rich, your first question. Here we go.
Let's
You are
go.
the one who knocks. Rich, Halo 5 Guardians released multiple trailers this past weekend during the season finale of The Walking Dead. During the trailers, they announced the game will release on October 27th. My question for you, Mr. Webster, is which trailer was shown first? Was it A, the Agent Locke approaching a wounded Master Chief, B, Master Chief approaching a wounded Agent Locke, or C, a sniper rifle firing a bullet into Master Chief's helmet?
Now, I might be an absolute prick for not remembering this right, but I think they showed one trailer. It was Locke or Chief, and then like half an hour later, the other one. I think they showed Locke approaching Master Chief first.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Richard Webster.
Camera looks better, by the way, Mark.
What? I've not done it.
Looks brighter.
I've put the dining room light on for a bit of light coming through.
Cheers.
Richard Webster, you are right!
It's game time.
Yes, in fact, they
He's a
did
spawny
show
pup, isn't he?
the Agent Locke approaching the wounded Master Chief, mocking him as our savior first, and then the second trailer was Master Chief approaching a wounded Agent Locke in a similar position and asking him if all he had done was worth it. And then, of course, the sniper rifle with the bullet being fired into Master Chief's helmet was actually released the previous week on The Walking Dead.
Yeah. See, I
Master
think
Chief's what?
Sorry,
Helmet?
Greg. I thought Greg said Locke walking up to Master Chief and assing him.
And asking him, yes.
In his helmet.
We down in the hole. He was asking him what was going on. All right, enough of that. Rich, well done. 5 points to you. By the way, first 2 questions for each of you will be worth 5 points. The last one, 10 points. You can catch up. It's that bonus question. Moving
Greg, should I
on.
not get an extra point for that? Because
No, you should not.
No.
I didn't
No.
watch it in America.
Don't push it.
No,
I-
no
I-
commercials on.
Easy, youngster.
I love that you're trying to work this, but no.
Just because you got a tie on.
Yeah,
I know.
no,
Shit.
right. Tell it
Exactly.
like it is, Mark.
I'm one button down because it's game time.
Throw a monkey wrench at him.
All right, Mark.
Yes.
Remedy Entertainment announced what this past weekend? Is it A, that Quantum Break will launch this fall 2015? B, Quantum Break will launch during the holidays? Or C, Quantum Break will launch in 2016?
Oh, God. I have no idea. A lot of games seem to be getting pushed back to next year.
I know you know this one, Mark.
No, I don't.
So
I'll have to
launch-
try the logic thing. Right, what were the dates again?
You've got A, launching fall 2015, B,
Yeah.
launching during the holidays, or C, launching 2016.
I think we're going to want to get out for Christmas, aren't we, for the sales? Because it's mainly a single-player game as well. I'll say holiday.
Mark Wright. Wrong, my friend.
You know, it's next year,
Come on,
innit?
Mark.
It is indeed, yes, today,
Oh,
as in, I think yesterday, as a
Should
matter
go
of
with my
fact.
gut, shouldn't I?
Yeah, Microsoft announced the highly anticipated action-adventure Quantum Break will launch in 2016. So Remedy put out a note to its fans from its head of publishing, the head of publishing. This was Shannon Loftus. Said with so many games, so many Xbox One games launching this year, moving Quantum Break to 2016 extends our incredible portfolio into the next year with a monster new IP. So there you go. And also, it's not ready yet. So
I do like the trailers for that game, though. It does intrigue me.
yeah, I'm really curious. I mean, I loved Alan Wake.
Yeah.
I think you did too, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
So,
yeah, a little bit. Not as much as what some people did. I thought the boss fight at the end was fucking stupid.
there's
So-
some truth to that.
Yeah, I agree there, mate. I was a bit let down by that. I thought it was going
Yeah.
to be this thing, and it was
Yeah.
it was this thing instead. It was
It was, yeah.
yeah.
So,
Interesting
yeah,
game
yeah.
though. It was like Silent
Yeah,
Hill in the
I
woods.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed the story side of it and that, and the atmosphere. So,
Yeah.
and the fucking JCB trying to kill you.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Some bits in that were quite scary. They were
Yeah.
quite,
Yeah.
you know, those people that come here like reptile in the fucking woods.
Yeah. Fraser, are you ready?
I liked Alan. Yeah, I liked Alan Wake too. It was all right.
Speaking
quiz.
of, all right, yes, news quiz. Fraser Moores. What news came out of the OnLive camp this past week, Fraser? Is it A, Sony has acquired the patents to the technology of OnLive? B, Sony has bought OnLive and will use their service to get into PC gaming again? Is it C, OnLive rejected a buyout from the proposal from Sony?
I can't see them trying to go back into PC game because they just sold off a load of stuff, didn't they? What was the first one?
Sony has bought OnLive and will use their Sorry, not that one. Sony
the
has
patents.
acquired the patents to the technology of OnLive. And then there is option B, which you just were saying you didn't believe in, which is Sony was buying OnLive to get back into PC gaming. And then there's option C, which is OnLive rejected a buyout proposal from Sony.
I'll go with C.
Fraser
rejected.
Moores, you are wrong.
Oh, it's B, isn't it?
It is actually A. Sony Entertainment has acquired.
Doesn't matter.
It does
It's
not
not
matter.
C. The point
Yes.
is, it's not C.
Get negative points. You got it wrong twice.
Sony Entertainment has acquired the technology patents behind the streaming service OnLive. The terms under which the deal was made have not been shared, but Sony now owns several of the OnLive assets, including the U.S. and international portfolio patents on cloud gaming. OnLive, of course, is a streaming service that's cloud-based, and it will remain active until April 30th. And no subscription renewals will be charged as of today, April 2nd. So if you want to get on and play some OnLive games, go for it. OnLive adds that those who were charged for their subscription renewals after March 28th will be issued refunds. And this also is news that OnLive shutting down. So they are going the way of the dodo bird. Sony has yet to discuss their plans with this technology. I think it's likely they sit on these patents. I don't see them using the OnLive technology really because they already have Gaikai, but I think they saw an opportunity for them to basically, go in, buy some patents up for the technology that potentially could be being used and or future used by a competitor, and then being able to basically, go to the courts, get licensing deals, that kind of thing. So, interesting though. OnLive is dying, and this also shows that Sony certainly is. They are bullish on streaming gaming. It definitely looks like that is the future they want.
Yep, they want it. I've applied for the PlayStation UK PlayStation Now beta or beta, what do you call it?
Sexy.
Yeah.
Yankee people. Yeah, so I thought I'd got an email back saying you've been accepted, but it was for the PlanetSide 2 beta. So I'm still waiting, but I'm quite hopeful I'll get into that. So I'll report back on that if I get in.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how it works out in the U.S. I know in the U.S. it's been pretty good overall. I mean, there's
It's
definitely
just
been
the stupid pricing way of doing it, isn't it?
yeah,
They need to sort that out. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Webster, we are back to you. By the way, 5 points in the lead, Rich. Here's your chance to put the screws to the rest of the boys. Rich, what new developments have come from Konami this week regarding Kojima and Metal Gear 5? Is it sorry, not Metal Gear 5. I should let me just clarify.
Say it.
Come on, spit it out, Greg.
What developments have come from Konami this week regarding Kojima and Metal Gear? Is it A,
Metal Gear.
Konami has removed his name from the internal company directory? Is it B, they have hinted at and may rebrand the series after Metal Gear 5? Or is it C, they have added Kojima's name back into a few select titles?
I didn't follow this story closely enough to know the answer off the top of my head. I won't use logic because it's the Japanese gaming market and they do whatever the fuck they want. I don't think they added his name back. I can't see them backtracking. The Japanese don't really backtrack. They're quite honourable people. And if that is the answer, then I'm an absolute knobhead.
So what they've done, killed him with a sword then. Leave the sword type house.
I think it's probably, what was the first 1 and 2 again?
So there's A, Konami has removed his name from internal company directories, or B, they have hinted that they may rebrand the series after Metal Gear 5.
See, I didn't see that one, so I'm going to say A. I didn't see the second or third thing. I'm going to say A.
All right. Richard Webster, consider yourself a knobhead. Hideo Kojima's name has been re-added to a couple of Metal Gear Solid titles. As discovered by Video Gamer, the product listings for both Metal Gear Solid, the Legacy Collection, or Condition, apparently I have one, and Metal Gear Solid 3D Snake Eater have been updated to include the mention of the creator of the series once again. So they've, I guess, decided to add him back in for a few things.
Yeah, he probably said, I'm gonna tell me lawyers, and they've gone like, oh shit, not the lawyers.
The lawyers, man, the lawyers. All right, well, this is a small opening for you, Mark. Get back in the game. Here we go. Mark, your question. Sling TV announced it will be adding HBO to the lineup just prior to the April 12th premiere of Game of Thrones for how much? This is your one financial question, Mark.
Yeah, and it's an American question.
I know. I apologize. But Mark, is it A, $15, B, $20, or C, $25? HBO
September?
Go.
HBO Go.
What are they adding it for? How much? What's it going to set you back? 15, 20, or 25?
Oh, I have no idea at all. I'll go middle. I'll go 20. Because Game of Thrones is big name in it. It pulls people in.
Well, let me. I can help you out here. If you think about from a pounds perspective, typically speaking, the American dollar, it's what, about five cheaper. So 10 pounds would be about $15 would be about 10 pounds US.
Yeah.
Sorry, 10 pounds UK. 20 would be 15 pounds, and 25 would be 20 pounds, roughly, I think. If I'm doing my math right. Which I'm not. I'm just making shit up, but thanks, Fraser. I love the nod.
That scaling doesn't work.
The 20 works pretty well. I know that for a fact because I just donated. I did donate 15 pounds into our kitty, and it was $20 US.
And it was $20, yeah.
With some
change. I'll say 20.
Sticking with 20.
Yeah.
All right, Mark, right. I gave you a chance. I'm sorry, you were wrong, my friend. It's $15, so it would be 10 pounds-ish.
Gave you the answer.
I tried. More importantly, though, this is actually kind of good news for those looking to cut the cord because Sling TV actually is an affordable service right now. $20 US monthly, which would be about £15 a month on the UK end, and they're adding in HBO Go for 15 US. So it's a nice alternative if you want to cut the cord. It's up on Xbox Live right now, and they're giving a free month away for Xbox Live Gold members, so you can check it out.
Parsnip.
What did Parsnip say?
Well, first off,
I don't wanna know.
Dan said that you can't just knock $5 off. So something what's $1,005 is not £1,000.
It is in my world, Dan. It is in my world. That's the way it all works.
Go on, Fraser. You'd say what Parsnip's put.
Parsnip put, yeah, it's times 1.6, Greg, you twat.
Like I know the exchange rate, Jesus. All right. I was trying to help Mark out. More importantly, I was trying to just help you think it through.
Mm. Well, over here, they'd charge you freaking 20 quid. So, in fact, to get Game of Thrones over here, you have to have Sky Atlantic, which you can only get if you go through Sky. You can't get it on cable.
Right.
Bastards. So I have to get it by other means, via internet services.
All right.
So,
maybe Sling TV is an option for you down the road.
Yeah.
Who knows?
If it comes out over here. I've never heard of it.
You wouldn't download a car, would you, Mark?
No. Well, actually, you could download the software for the car. Yeah.
True. Or if you were doing 3D modeling, you could probably download some sort of car.
Yeah. I'll be late to work because my 3D printer hasn't finished my wheels off yet.
Fraser Moores, what did Nintendo announce this past week regarding the next Zelda game? Is it A, Zelda will now be coming to Project NX? Is it B, Zelda is delayed out of 2015? Or is it C, Zelda will ship with a companion app on iOS?
It has been delayed to, as you say, out of 2015 into 2016.
Fraser Moores.
E.
Well done, my friend. Well done. Way to get on the board. Nice. Yes.
Jesus.
Nice.
Per IGN, a Nintendo spokesman has confirmed that there are no plans to show off The Legend of Zelda for the Wii U at this year's E3. It said, as Mr. Anumua, I don't even know what the hell that person's name is. A-O-N-U-M-A. No, it is not. Anuma? Anyway, that person announced The Legend of Zelda for the Wii U is no longer targeted as a 2015 release. And they said that rather than sticking to a specific schedule, the team wants to make this the most complete and the best game it can possibly be. Go. So yeah, there you go. No Zelda this year. Sad face and sad for Nintendo Wii U sales, I think. I think that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
Hi, Lewis.
Teflon will be upset, and so will Verbal Rob. I mean, not Gary Amras.
Well,
I know they're massive Nintendo fans, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a shame it's going to be late, but you know it's going to be not broken.
Yeah, true. And what is that? Was it Miyamoto that said it? I think that you can't make the first impression for the game. I'm trying to remember how he said it. It was like basically if you make a bad game, it's a bad game forever. But if you delay it, but it's great, it's still great.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, there was something like that. Yeah.
That works. All right.
That'll do.
We have a tie right now. Fraser Moores
That'll do, big.
and Richard Webster, 5 each. That'll do.
Jesus.
Mark, you're down right now.
Oh, yeah, I'm really down.
Only 5 points behind Mark. And here's the deal. You get this question. It's a 10-point question.
Yeah.
You could
Is it a Bloodborne question?
jump to the lead with this question.
Fire away.
Microsoft and Black Tusk Studios confirmed what this past week regarding the next Gears of War? Is it A, it will be cross-platform buy, B, it will be cross-platform play, or C, it will not be coming to the Xbox 360?
Ooh. I heard something about they've put some news out, and I didn't fucking read it. So my initial thought was cross-play with 360 and Xbox One, but then there's something in the back of my head saying it's next gen only. Oh man,
Mark Wright.
I'm gonna go next gen only. Next gen Xbox One only.
Xbox One only. Mark Wright, you are right.
Yeah.
Good job, Mark. 10 points, jumping to the lead. The pressure now on Mr. Webster and
Who needs a
Fraser.
tie?
Who needs a tie? Exactly. All right. Yes, well done. So they did, in fact, announce that it will be next gen only. It will not be available in the Xbox 360, which is great. I love hearing the games are moving away from the old platforms. I think it's well past. It should have happened last year. Damn it. All right, Fraser. I'm going to come back to you. We're doing the circling, bringing it back to you, Fraser. Which of these classic Star Wars games is not coming to the PS3, according to an uncovered document through the Dual Shockers website? Is it A, Star Wars Starfighter, B, Star Wars Republic Commando, or C, Star Wars Jedi Starfighter? Two of these are coming to the PS3.
Idea.
And well, I won't say any more. I will just say that
just
they
give
are
me
in
the
fact
answer.
coming to the PS3. Two out of three.
With the blast shield down, I can't see the answer.
Star Wars Starfighter,
Use the Force, Fraser.
B, Star Wars Republic Commando, or C, Star Wars Starfighter. Which of those is not coming to the PS3?
What was the first one?
Star Wars Starfighter. Then
That
there's
was the first
Star
one.
Wars Republic Commando, and then there's Star Wars Jedi Starfighter.
Oh, 2 starfighters.
I like that you're
Star
using
Wars
the Force.
Jedi Starfighter. Greg, C.
Fraser Moores. You're wrong.
All right.
In fact, the two games that are coming to the PS3 are being released out under the basically the PlayStation 2 Classics, because they were PlayStation 2 Classic games, are Star Wars Starfighter and Star Wars Jedi Starfighter. So there you go. They're going to be released out under the PlayStation 2 Classics on the PS3. I'm sorry, Fraser. You are out of luck. You are out of the news quiz, but well played. Good try. We
What you
still
gonna
love
do?
you. Have some syrup because boobs. Richard Webster, this is your chance. It's do or die. You miss this, Mark takes the news quiz.
Really?
You get this.
And I
Oh
need
my
this.
god.
You get this, and you win the news quiz.
Oh shit.
Yes. Richard Webster, what was the reason given behind Microsoft's decision to stop selling a standalone PC Connect SKU and consolidate the PC and Xbox One versions into one SKU? Is it A, unprecedented demand, B, chip shortages, or C, Windows 10 integration?
I don't know.
Oh, Mark's
Look at
licking
this.
his chops.
Look at the sweat.
The bead of
beading
sweat
up
on the
yeah,
forehead? Yes.
starting dripping off his brow.
Richard Webster. Is it A, unprecedented demand, B, chip shortages, or C, Windows 10 integration? The reason that Microsoft is given for them to stop selling a standalone PC Connect SKU and consolidate to a PC and Xbox One version in one SKU.
Demand, chip shortages, Windows 10. That's my answer, Greg. All three. Oh god, I don't know. It could be any of them. It could be any of them.
No, it
I
couldn't.
can't see it. Can't see it being.
Guarantee it's one.
Only one of them.
I can't see it being chip shortages. I can't. Oh, Windows 10 is a good excuse, I guess. Fuck it, Windows 10.
Richard Webster. Congratulations, Mark Wright!
Oh,
Yes, Mr. Webster, you got it wrong. I apologize, but yes, Mr. Webster, it in fact is unprecedented demand as the reason Microsoft are stopping production for the Kinect for Windows version 2 due to unprecedented demand, which is causing them difficulty in keeping up a supply. So they instead are going to simply sell Kinect 2 for Xbox One and a Kinect adapter for Windows. And they'll be sold together, cost the same price as Kinect for Windows 2 version, or sorry, Kinect for Windows version 2 did. And you'll be able to basically buy Kinect 2 and/or the adapter for use with Windows. You'll also, of course, need Kinect for the Kinect Windows SDK. Anyway, more importantly, Mark Wright.
yay!
Well done.
I have no idea what's going on with Kinect, but Mark won.
Yes.
Well done.
Well, let's just call this what it is. They're
Explain
saying
like I'm 5, please.
so. Basically, I think what Microsoft has done here is it's not. They have a lot of Xbox One Kinects that they want to sell, and they're realizing that they don't need to produce a separate Windows SKU. They can just sell the Xbox One SKU to everybody. So it'll be in the Xbox One green box, and then if you're buying the Windows SKU, they're going to give you an adapter to go with it, and that will be your Windows SKU version because it's the same Kinect basically. So the unprecedented
because it's
demand.
got a little bit of a square, odd L-shaped connector, isn't it?
Right. Right.
So they're just going to put it into some sort of USB.
Exactly. It's a
Give you
special
a USB dongle or whatever, so you can plug it into your PC. Is anyone buying this for their PC? Really?
According to Microsoft, unprecedented demand has led
For what?
this.
What are they going to be? Where's this?
So
I don't. Does anybody, hands up? Does anybody know anyone who owns a PC and said, "I'm going to buy a Kinect for it"?
So I know of one story that I can allude to, and this was a recent story because all of the virtual reality stuff was coming out, and Crytek was actually using the Kinect camera in conjunction with one of their virtual reality cameras that they were virtually working with, and they were talking about the head tracking working really well with their headset mount that they were using. Outside of that, who knows? I don't really buy into this unprecedented demand like it's being bought up like crazy. I think the reality is they're saying we have so many of these Kinect, Xbox One Kinects in boxes sitting in warehouses. We can just sell these as is. It's going to be a cheaper thing than trying to create two different SKUs.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
I would never. If I got my Xbox One because I got a killer deal on it, right? So I effectively got my Xbox with a free Kinect.
Right.
If you count the Kinect costing $100, I think I saw them standalone yesterday in the shops, and they're $125 here plus tax. So you're not going to see much change out of $140. Would I ever, if I had an Xbox console without Kinect, would I have ever got one? No. Am I impressed with it from what it does? Yes, very much. I mean, it's a very, very clever bit of kit.
It's a huge improvement over the first one, isn't it?
Well, I never had the first one.
Oh, didn't you?
So,
right.
so I've only seen what this.
Yeah.
So I'm only seeing what this one can do. But I mean, I'm very, very. I give them their dues. I mean, the technology is amazing. Now, it's just a question of do we need it and how do we apply it?
Fruit Ninja Connect.
Fantasia.
All right.
One man's Fantasia is another man's Fruit Ninja.
Okay, let us move on. I see here something about a parsnip discussion. Mr. Webster, do you know anything about this? Is this something that you typed into our notes, or is this just bollocks and we should ignore it?
It was already in there, I think, but I might have typed it in there last week. It's part of the debate. I don't know when you want to do the debate.
What are we debating? That's probably the better question to ask.
It was Dorian's suggestion that we are debating about violent video games and children and all that stuff.
Yes. We can talk about it real quickly. We've gone on pretty long here, and I do still have to do the trivia quiz because don't think I forgot about that. I did close out the window by accident, so I'm waiting for it to pop back up. Violence in video games. I forgot the specific news article that came up.
Yeah. It was a school in the UK in Cheshire, and what it was it came across on my phone. Basically, the school would report to the authorities, to the police and social services. They will report to them that the parents are allowing children to play games like Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, things like that, mature games. So we
It's
had
not
a bit of
just
a discussion.
It's even if the children see their parents playing it, they're in the
All right.
room while they're being played, or their brothers are playing it and they're seeing it. It's even that.
To be honest with you, I think we could do a full bloody show on this because
Yeah.
I'm not sure we're going to have time for this. We're already running at 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, how about we do this? We will talk about it next week. We'll let people start to gather their thoughts on this.
Yeah.
Maybe pose it into a formal question. I guess, should the authorities get involved with minors playing adult video games or mature rated video games? I think that's an interesting question. Yeah,
What I think we'll do is maybe put a post on the Facebook page as well.
that's a good
So
idea.
We can get the community's views for next week.
I think that is a brilliant idea, Rich. So we'll do that. We'll post it up to the Facebook page. We will address it next week. And maybe, Mark, you can type up, or Rich, whatever the question is that we put up on the Facebook page. Let's make sure we get it in the notes so we have it. In the meantime, Jason Johnson is like clockwork. The guy sends us trivia every show, and we love him for it. We certainly encourage anybody else. If you ever want to send us in trivia, it's absolute fun. So by all means, send us multiple choice trivia questions. Please give us the multiple choice and the answer if you're going to do that. Well, here we go. This is Jason's batch of questions this week. Mark, being that you won the news quiz, you get to start off.
All right, okay.
Mark, what is the name of Talion's wife in Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor? Is it A, Lorith, B, Ariana, C, Marwyn, or D, Litharil?
Fuck, I've played fucking loads of this as well. I've put about 40 hours into this game. And a few of them names ring a bell.
We don't really talk about her though.
No, and it's only at the beginning where she... Spoilers, sorry. Oh, God. What was that last one again? Litharil.
Right, so there's A, Lorith, B, Ariana, C, Marwyn, or D, Litharil. I could be saying that completely wrong, so I want to try and give it another shot here. Lithariel.
Lithariel, yeah, that rings the biggest bell out of all of them. I'll go for that one.
Well, I'm glad it rang such a big bell because it is wrong.
Bollocks. Got bells on my mind with friggin' Bloodborne, haven't I?
All right, Mr. Webster, Lorith, Ariana, or Marwyn?
Whoa, something weird's just happened then with my computer.
You just realised you're wearing a tie.
Yes. It's like, holy shit.
Do you know what? I don't know why. I think it's either... I don't think it's L'Oreal because that's a fucking shampoo make.
Because I'm worth it.
Well, it is Loreth, not L'Oreal.
What were the three choices again?
Your three choices now, since Mark got rid of the fourth choice for you. It's A, Lorith, B, Ariana, or C, Marwyn.
See, Ariana doesn't sound like a Middle-earth name. Lorith, maybe. I think it's Marwyn because I remember thinking that's exactly like Arwen, but with an M.
Yeah.
That's my answer.
That's the other one that rung a bell.
Marwyn. And Marwyn is wrong.
Fuck off!
Hell.
Fraser Moores, Lorith, or Ariana? Who is it? Going for the clean
Lorith.
sweep.
Lorith.
Fraser Moores. You're right! It is Lorith. Well played. Well played. All right. Well, Fraser Moore, since you got that question right, let's see if you can get this question right. Fraser, in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, The character known as Toy Bonnie makes her first appearance on which night? Is it A, night 4, B, night 1, C, night 3, or D, night 2?
Night 2, Greg.
Fraser Moores. Well played on the last question, but not so much on this one. Sorry, you are wrong. All right, Mark Wright. Is it A, night 4, B, night 2, or C, night 3?
No idea. I don't even know what this is.
Five
What's
Nights at Freddy's 2.
Never heard of it.
Character known
Kids
as
are
Toy
going mad
Bonnie
for
makes her first appearance which night, Mark? Night 4,
Oh,
night 1, night 3.
It's a video game, Mark.
Which
One.
one? One?
One.
One. You